Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel for another unlicensed 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Premier Toys Leader of Marauders, also known as the Humongous from Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior. I am a huge fan of the Mad Max movies, have been ever since I was a very small child who caught the very first Mad Max film and then grew up with them. Yeah, an enormous fan. So I've got high hopes for this figure. It's made by Premier Toys. Now, Premier Toys, I haven't got an awful lot of Premier Toys in my collection, but what I do have is the Immortan Joe from Fury Road, and a very good figure it was too, so I have quite high hopes for this figure. But yeah, as I say, it's from the 81 movie Mad Max 2 starring Mel Gibson. And my personal favourite of all the Mad Max films. Controversial, I know, but I'm also a fan of Fury Road, and I'm really looking forward to, with great anticipation, Furiosa, which is due out this year as well. But that's enough of me and my Mad Max obsession. Let's have a look at the box. We'll take a look at the box as we always do. Then we'll get the accessories out. We'll dive down onto the table, have a look at everything that comes with your humongous figure. Then it'll be out with the figure itself, onto the stand, onto the turntable, take a look at what this guy's all about. Then it'll be over to the Detolf, see how this guy displays under the Detolf lights. We'll be ending with a showcase, a small showcase, and we'll be bringing out the Dark TOYS Max and the Present TOYS Wes as well to see how all three figures display together. But yeah, let's have a quick look at this box, and it's relatively straightforward. It's a shoebox design, quite simplistic. You've got a bit of a sort of wasteland, out of focus shot at the back there. You've got a shot of the figure in red and white, and at the bottom it says Leader of Marauders, which actually extends all the way around the top of the box itself. Premier Toys in the top right hand corner. Very simple, not much to see here. Bold though, and it makes a statement. On the side here, it just says Leader of Marauders. On the back, there is another image, which I'm assuming is the figure itself, and the usual warnings at the bottom. Yeah, don't piss this figure off, or it will take you out into the wasteland and leave you there forever. So yeah, that's the box. So what we'll do next is what we always do, is dive down onto the table and have a look at all the accessories that come with your humongous figure. Okay, so here we are, down on the table with all the accessories out of the box. So what does your humongous figure come with? A little bit Spartan here, not an awful lot, so this shouldn't take too long. We'll start with the hands, as we always do. You know my hand fetish. There is a pair on the figure itself. We've got 3 pairs here, so that's 4 pairs in total, a total of 8 hands. Always nice to see a variety of hands. So what's the quality like? So let's take a look at one. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's bone structure there. There's some veining. The paint applications are quite nice. It's not the best sculpt I've ever seen. Not the worst. There's some reddening on the knuckles there. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. As I say, not the best I've seen or the worst I've ever seen. Let's do the flexibility test. Oh, yep, these are quite hard. I would say a medium to hard, erring on the side of very, very hard, actually. This could very well be a case of hot water or hairdryer, depending on how they fit the actual accessories themselves. But yeah, so what do you get? There are 2 gripping hands, right and a left, both pretty much of the same quality of sculpt and paintwork. 2 what look like gun-holding trigger hands, once again, that same quality of paintwork, rendering of the knuckles, bone structure, veining, and so on, and 2 fisted hands as well. So yeah, that's all your hands. We'll put those to one side. What else do you get? Let's take a look at this. Now, people who've seen the film, if you haven't seen the film as well, by the way, I do recommend catching it at some point. Personally, I think it's a bit of a classic, but yeah, people who know the film, know the character, will probably recognize this straight away. It's a microphone, and it's the microphone he uses to announce his intentions to the camp of people who are pumping the gas, the precious juice. Obviously, it doesn't go anywhere. It reminds me a little bit of the phone that you get with the Sideshow's Michael Myers. It's a bit odd when the wire doesn't go anywhere, but yeah, what you've got is a sculpted plastic microphone on the top. There's a few paint washers on there. There's some dry brushing in the microphone section there to give it a sort of bit of depth and silver, and then just a simple black wire coming out the bottom. Yeah, so that's there if you want to use it. Not 100% certain I'll be using this in the display, because I think it looks a bit odd when you've simply got a wire that goes nowhere. But yeah, that's there if you want it. So yeah, that's the microphone. What else does he come with? In this bag, which has yet to be opened, we'll open this on camera, is what feels like a metal chain. Yeah, absolutely. What we've got here is just a very long metal chain. Now this, I believe, can be used with the Wes figure, because aficionados of the film will know that at one point in the film he actually has Wes on a leash, because Wes just wants to go in and kill everybody. So I'm assuming that's what that is for. So we'll put that to one side. Yeah, it's all metal, and can be used in the display. So that's the chain. What else do we get? Let's take a look at this weapon. Now this is rather nice. Straight away, it's got metal blades on it, and a plastic handle painted to look like wood. Aficionados of Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior will know that this is the weapon he launches to kill Papagallo at the end of the film, which sits inside his rather unique vehicle. And quite nice this is too. It's got some heft to it. It's metal. The blades are all metal, and as I said, the handle is plastic. The paint applications on the handle are pretty basic to give it that wood effect. Nothing too fancy, but the blade itself is very, very nice. There are multiple paint applications on there. We've got some blood effect on the spikes at the end. This isn't too sharp. Oh, actually, it is. I shall take that back. Be careful with this. You could do some damage with it. It's relatively sharp. But yeah, the paint applications are nice. The blood effect on the blades, I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, are quite effective. Very screen accurate. It most certainly, I'll have to go back to the film to check if it's 100% accurate. But as memory serves, and I have seen the film several times, well, more than several times, probably several hundred times actually, this is very, very screen accurate. So yeah, very nice work there from Premiere Toys. There was an awful lot of metal work on the Immortan Joe figure, which I have in my collection, which will be coming up for review in the not too distant future. So yep, that's the bladed weapon. We'll put that to one side. What else do you get? Let's take a look at this. Now this is rather nice. I've had a quick look in this box before shooting this review. What you've got here is just a very, very small wooden box. It is actually wood all the way around. It's hinged, and inside what we have is the Humungus's gun. Now, knowing this film inside out, this is pretty accurate. It only appears very, very briefly in the film when Max is trying to get back to the compound with the rig to haul the tanker of gas, and the Humungus tries to stop him, and he pulls out this rather nice gun and takes one of the few meager bullets he's got and attempts to shoot him. Let's get a quick look at the gun itself first. All plastic. Perhaps not the best paint applications I've seen in the world. The sculpt is relatively simplistic. It's pretty screen accurate. I think it was black, if memory serves. I'll have to go back and double check. For some reason, I'm thinking it was silver. I will double check. But yeah, it's pretty accurate to the gun he uses. We'll hang fire on whether the colour is accurate until I've double checked it. But yeah. You've got a plastic scope on the top. There's no revolving chamber here or cocking action. I don't believe the trigger does well. Yes, relatively simple, but yeah, that's the gun itself. Also inside the box, now you've got medals. You've got this skull and crossbones. None of these are removable from the box. They're all stuck to the felt inlay of the wooden box, but are pretty accurate for the short period of time this box appears on screen. And inside as well, you've also got a number of bullets as well. Now these are absolutely tiny. I'll attempt to take one out without losing it. Just small, gold painted, brass painted bullets that sit in the felt box itself. Now getting that back in is going to be interesting. Yeah, so exercise caution. If you're anything like me and you've got fingers like sausages, mucking about with things like this, they have a tendency to go missing and disappear forever. So I won't be taking any of those bullets out, but I can't see why you'd want to do that because there's no working chamber on the gun itself. But yeah, let's put this back in the box. Very nice. I do like this. It would appear that the money on accessories, I would have to say, has gone on these two items. But very nice they are too. Screen accurate and look pretty good. And finally, as always, the standard issue third-party base. You know my feelings on these. Not a huge fan. Just an oval, black plastic oval, and that's it. Yeah. I won't be using this, as viewers to my channel will know. I like custom diorama bases wherever possible. But comes with an obligatory crotch grabber, and that's your stand. So there you have it. That's all the accessories that come with this figure. So without further ado, let's bring out the main event himself. Let's bring out the Humungus. Let's get him onto, I'm going to call it a stand. It's almost a stand. Let's get it onto the stand, onto the turntable, and check out the big guy and see how he looks. Okay, so here he is, straight out of the box, straight onto the turntable. It is the Lord Humungus, the warrior of the wastelands, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. And here he is. So, first impressions. He's got some heft to him, he's got some weight to him, the proportions look pretty good. The first thing that struck me was the body on this figure. If you're going to make a figure that is as scantily dressed as this, a seamless body would seem to be in order. And having seen the prototype pictures of this figure, I got myself a Feist and TB League M35 body, sat waiting in the wings for a body swap on this. I'm not awfully keen on those joints. They are ugly, to say the least. They are unsightly. So at some point I will be doing a body swap with this figure, but we're not on about all about customization today. That's after the fact. We're looking at this figure as it comes straight out of the box. So yeah, first impressions pretty good. The body aside, he's got some weight to him, he's got some heft to him, but let's take a closer look at all the bits and pieces. So we'll start as we always do at the bottom and work our way up. I'll stop him spinning if the turntable will cooperate, because as viewers to my channel know, I own one of the very few possessed turntables that is in need of an exorcist. I'm getting screen accuracy straight away from the outfit, but we'll start with the boots. The boots are all one piece of sculpted plastic, no split cut boot design here, pegged straight in, and there's some bindings at the top here. The sculpt itself is pretty good. Laces are all sculpted plastic. There's a bit of a binding on here at the bottom of this particular boot. Looks like it could do with a bit of weathering. In fact, the whole figure looks like a bit of weathering will be in order, so it will go onto my list of figures to be weathered. I'll probably do that when I do the body swap. But yeah, the body itself, joints to one side, is pretty well painted. The texturing is good. The muscularity is there. It's a very solid, hard plastic. The vein work is there in the legs, as you can see. We'll spin him round and just take a look at the back. As you can see, there's all the musculature there, the large calves. I believe the character of Humungus was played by an actor. Now I'm trying to remember his name. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Kjell or Jell Nilsson, who was, I believe, Swedish, a Swedish bodybuilder. If I've got his country of origin wrong, I do apologise. Please correct me in the comment section below. But yeah. The proportions look very, very good. The paintwork is pretty good. As I say, muscularity is there. There's several paint applications here. There's some hints of red in certain areas of the body. But yeah, let's have a look at the outfit. Now, I've had a quick check, and the outfit looks pretty screen accurate to me. And just a quick correction as well, actually. While I was checking, I checked the gun that he uses, and it is black. It was my mistake. It isn't silver. I'm getting old. My memory doesn't work as well as it used to. But yeah, let's take a look at this outfit. Very, very straightforward, very, very simple. What you've got under here are a pair of what feel like cotton shorts. On top of those cotton shorts, you've got a codpiece. I believe these are pleather, but they could be leather. This is a very, very sturdy pleather if it is pleather. I'll have to check whether any of this is actually real leather. But yeah, the codpiece has got the obligatory studs in. It's pretty proportionate to the one that that Humungus wore in the film. There are chains on here. These are plastic chains, I believe. Let me just double check that. Actually, they could be metal. They're cold to the touch. Actually, that feels like metal, not plastic. And these studs feel like metal as well. If it is metal, actually, I suspect these studs over here are plastic. I think the chains are metal, but these studs on the gauntlet, the wristband, and on the codpiece are plastic. But this circular fastener in the centre definitely feels like metal. Looks like it's a mixture of plastic and metal. But yeah, so the codpiece has the chains that run. Let's move him round so we can get a look. Let's lift this this cloak up for a second. They run all the way around the back, and what you've got at the back here are these brown pleather sections which fall from the top of the shorts underneath. This actually does feel like leather. I need to double check this. I'll do the sniff test once we've done the review. That actually could be leather. If anybody knows, please put a comment in the comment section below. I'd be interested to find out. Are these pleather or leather? But anyway, yeah, that's the sections at the back. They look like they could use a little weathering as well, but on the whole, pretty screen accurate. The actual strapping on the main part of the body itself, I don't think this fur cloak is removable, but so we'll try and get it back as far as we can so you can get a good look at it. Yeah, that's screen accurate. Over the shoulders, it's not actually attached to the body. It's simply attached to the codpiece itself. And at the back as well, I believe, and then it's actually in the center of the back over the shoulders. And yeah, very screen accurate. Once again, you've got the metal studs in there that seem to be in the right places. Yeah, it's a very basic design, but they've got the screen accuracy there, I think. These gauntlets are, and I think these are actually, no, they're not. They're free moving. That's good to hear if a body swap is going to be happening. Free moving on that side. Let's check this wristband. Yeah, free moving on that side as well. That's going to be useful. Once again, the sculpted plastic with plastic studs in them. Let's take a look at this faux fur. I'm going to call it a cape. It's more of a, well, let's call it a cape for argument's sake. But yeah, it's nice to the touch. Looks like it could use some weathering. Yeah, pretty effective. The colour's right. The length is right. Yeah, the screen accuracy most certainly is spot on here. Let's move up to the head. And herein lies one of my minor gripes with this figure. The neck piece itself, that is screen accurate. At first I was unsure as to these sort of supports, these pistons in the neck section were actually there, but they are. They're actually there in the film itself. I think they may be springs. Let's just bring it a little bit closer so we can take a look. Yeah, they're actually springs. But these springs are present in the outfit of the character himself. The collar area is most certainly screen accurate with its colouring. It's the mask. Now, anybody who knows the film will know that the mask was actually lighter than that. It wasn't a metallic grey, although the paint finishes on this are really, really nice. There's some dry brushing on there to give it that metallic look. It was lighter than this. It was almost a white. It was a lighter grey stroke white. It was never this metallic grey, and it wasn't metal. I believe it was plastic. It was a plastic hockey mask, I believe. a la Jason. Yeah, that's a bit of a miss there, unfortunately, just the colour. The paintwork itself, had it been a metallic grey, would be very good indeed, but it wasn't. So, yeah, bit of a niggle there, but if we look closely, we can see the eyes underneath there. I don't believe this mask is removable. No, it doesn't feel like it is. It feels like it's stuck down. But we're never seen without the mask on anyway. So why would you want to remove it? Let's spin him round. One thing I thought they may have missed off, but they haven't, which is really nice, are the wisps of hair underneath the actual face mask itself. And this is artificial hair. It's not sculpted plastic, and they've just attached some wisps of hair around the sides in odd places, and once again, very screen accurate. And also as well, I'm not sure, I mean, probably get a better view of this when we actually get it under the Detolf lights. They've actually painted in on the exposed areas of the heads. There are veins there, there's some reddening. It's not an even surface, there's some red lines on the top there. I mean, as aficionados of the film will know, there's a couple of moments in the film where there are close-ups at the back of his head, and there's all kinds of throbbing veins and lumps and bumps in the back of his head. So they've had a go at capturing that as well, which is nice to see. So yeah, there you have him. That's the Humungus in all his glory. What we're going to do next is what we always do, is we're going to get him into a pose, maybe add a few of the accessories, get him onto something resembling a decent base, get him into the Detolf, under the Detolf lights, and see how this guy displays. And then once we've done that, we'll be wrapping the whole thing up with a brief showcase where we're introducing Max and Wes and see how the trio display together. So without further ado, it's over to the Detolf. Okay, viewers will know that we're not over at the Detolf yet, and there's a reason for that. I was trying to get this guy into a pose. We didn't cover articulation in the previous section, and the articulation's pretty good on the legs. I was trying to get him into a pose though for the Detolf section of the video, and we encountered a bit of an issue. I was going to put him in the classic pose where he is holding the gun, double-handed, pointing it at Max approaching on the rig, and went to bend this arm, and we encountered a bit of a, shall we say, a problem. Yeah, so I'll get this on camera so you can, there it is. Yeah, this joint is completely broken. Well, not completely broken, the arm is still attached, obviously, but yeah, we've got a bit of a problem. I'm sure that's not a look that the manufacturers or the Humungus was going for. Yeah, the whole thing just swings freely. So bit of a problem there. I mean, there is a fix in there if I was keeping this body, but with a body swap coming up, I think that's probably the best thing for this. But yeah, not a good look. I'm sure you'll agree. It's a shame. QC issues like this can be problematic and can be a pain in the proverbials, but you know, it is what it is. So we will try and get him into some kind of pose where he doesn't look like he's been run over, his left arm's been run over by a truck. Yeah, without further ado, it's back over to the Detolf. Okay, so here we are over at the Detolf with the Premier Toys Humungus. We finally managed to get him into the pose that I was after. We've got him on the Hot Toys Battle Damage Thanos base, as always, as viewer to my channel will know. This is one of my go-to bases. Yeah, let's take a look around this figure and see how he displays in the Detolf and under these lights. So let's start with that body. Let's get the the elephant in the room out the way. I somehow managed to finagle it to get it into this pose, because it was the pose that I was after, but that arm kept flopping down. Yeah, that's a bit of a gripe, that one. Let me know if you picked up this figure yourself. Let me know. Have you had any issues with the body, or is it just me? I'd be interested to know. So pop a comment in the comment section below. Overall, though, that the issues with that body aside, and I am glad that I planned a body swap on this. I think he presents pretty well. On the whole, the screen accuracy is there. Well, let's get in a little bit closer with this guy. That mask is the wrong shade. Let's call it what it is. It should be lighter, and maybe a repaint on that's in order. But on the whole, the cape, the codpiece, the strapping, the gauntlets, the wristband, all very, very screen accurate. He certainly has shelf presence, and that's most certainly there. And the accessories are very, very nice. In particular, this implement of death that he has strapped to the car that we've got on in the display with him. So on the whole, yeah, the screen accuracy is there. The outfit is very good, apart from the slight coloration on the mask, as we mentioned. The main issues I've got with this figure are that body. Number one, the joints, but you know, we knew it came with this particular type of body, so that's not really a fault on Premier Toys' part. I was always planning to do a body swap on this from the get-go, as I don't like those ugly joints. But that issue with the arm does let it down a little bit and lowers the score. I mean, I would have. As it stands, I would have probably given this figure this is a hard one. This is a tough one. I'd have probably given it a 7, as it stands. But that arm issue is going to knock it down to, way down, 6, 5, I'm not certain. Let's withdraw that score. I'm not going to score. I think it's unfair to score a figure that's arrived with a fault. We won't give it a score out of 10. Maybe once the body swap's been done. But let's get a little bit closer. Let's take a look at that head. And under these lights, you can see those eyes underneath have been very, very well done. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but the wisp of hairs on the back of the head there are exceptionally well done. That collar is really, really nice and screen accurate, as is the cape itself. And the costume's very good, and on the whole, screen accurate. So there you have it. That is Premier Toys' take on Humongous from Mad Max 2 Road Warrior. What we're going to do next is a little showcase. We'll go out with a showcase of this figure, and we're going to be bringing out the Dark TOYS Max and the Present TOYS Wes, and see how these three present together. So I suppose all that remains for me to say is thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any more content that's coming up. What have we got coming up? A lot. XO6, Admiral Picard, from Season 3 of Picard, that's due in soon. We've got another personal grail piece of mine coming up very, very shortly, which is the Alan Dutch Schaefer by Hot Toys from Predator. I'm trying to recall all the other stuff. Mr. J, the Joker from the 89 Batman, the Mars Toys take on the 89 Joker. That's coming up as well. We've also got Y Toys, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's coming up soon as well. So lots and lots in the pipeline. So please do hit that bell notification icon and subscribe button so you don't miss anything. So yeah, all it remains for me to say is take care of yourselves and happy collecting, and let's go out with the showcase.